If you want to make some cash on the internet, you got to know how to use Stripe. I'm going to show you how to set it up with Supabase and Next.js so you can set up reoccurring subscriptions. Let's do it. All right, so right here we have a very basic Next.js project. We got the home page is just this. We've got the login page and we've got the subscribed page. So because we're not logged in, it has the login button. So we click this and we can log in. And now because we're logged in, this thing says sign out. So if we come over here to this Supabase project, I've already set this up. If you want to know how to set this up, I've created multiple videos on this. I'll link them below. So we just have a very basic authentication flow set up. So I already have a user and we also have a users table, which just has the user ID and is subscribed. And as you can see, it's set to false. So we have one user, they're not subscribed. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to come over to Stripe and we're going to create a new account. So if you already have your account set up, then just go to that account, but I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to call this demo. We're going to click create. And so in order to get this to actually pay you in real life, you're going to have to set this up to activate. But for this, I'm not going to set that up. So as you can see right here, we are currently in test mode. We're going to come over to developers and then we're going to come to API keys and then we're going to reveal this test key. And then we're going to copy this and we're going to come over to our Next.js project and in our .env.local file, we're going to come here and we're going to save this. We're going to call this Stripe secret key. And then we're going to come over here to webhooks. We're going to click on this and we're going to add an endpoint. And what we're going to do is click this right here, test in local environment. So I'm going to make this screen a little bit smaller. We're going to come here to our VS Code terminal and we're going to say Stripe login. And so it says press enter and click enter. Okay, now I got to do this, which is with this phone right here. All right, so now we're signed in with Stripe. We can come back to this and this right here, we can copy this to clipboard. And what I'm going to do is come into package.json and we're going to create a script and we're going to call this Stripe and then we're going to paste this in. But what we don't want, this is 4242, but we're running ours on 3000. So we're going to change this to 3000. And then this is also going to be whatever you set it up to be. But how I set it up, I'm going to set this to API/Stripe. And so what this is a webhook. And so what a webhook is going to do is when someone clicks the button to subscribe, Stripe is going to send an HTTP request to this URL right here. And so we're going to create an API route right there. And then it's going to execute all the code that we want. So when someone subscribes, Stripe is going to process that and make sure everything works. And then it's going to send the signal to our other code, which will then change the user's information in the database to say that they are now subscribed. So now we can come right here and we can say pnpm stripe or npm run stripe. And so it's going to give us this webhook signing secret. So we're going to want to copy this and then we're going to come to our .env.local. We're going to paste that in and we're going to call this Stripe signing secret. And these are both just for the development mode. Once we go into live mode, I'm going to show you how to use the actual keys that you need. And you're going to want to make sure that this says payment intent succeeded. And so now we can see right here in the Stripe dashboard, it says that this thing is listening. So this thing is ready to go. But when our app is actually deployed, because our website is up and running, this thing is always going to be listening, except it's not going to be this. It's going to be the actual production one on our website. All right, so now what we're going to do is on this home page, I'm going to add a button that says subscribe. And then so when we click it, it's just going to subscribe. So let's come over here to the home page. We're going to come over here and we're going to wrap this sign out button in a fragment, actually in a div. We're going to say class, we're going to say flex call, we're going to say gap of 10. And then below this, we're also going to say items center. And then below this, we're going to create a button and it's going to say subscribe. And then we'll give this a class name and we'll just copy this right here. And what we're going to want to do is actually turn this into a different component because right now this is a server component. And in order to make this on click work. This has to be in a client component. So we're going to cut this code and we're going to put it in a component. We're going to come over here to components and we're going to create a subscribe button.tsx. We're going to say RFCE, and then we're going to paste that in. I spelt this incorrectly, so let's spell this right. Subscribe button. And then also I have to rename this file subscribe button. And so this on click, we're going to have a subscribe action. And we also need to pass this in like this. Otherwise, it's going to pass in the event object to this, which we do not want. So now we're going to come up here to actions and we're going to create a new file. We'll call this stripe.ts. And we're going to say export const subscribe action. We have to make sure this is an async function. And so now in this function, we're going to need to use Stripe. So we're going to open another one of these and we're going to say pm add Stripe. And so now that we have Stripe added, we're going to come in here to lib and we're going to create a new file. We're going to call this stripe.ts. And so in this stripe.ts file, what we're going to do is we're going to import Stripe from Stripe, and then we're going to write this code right here. Export const stripe equals new Stripe, and then we're going to use process.env.stripe secret key, and this is the secret key that we have right here. So you have to make sure that these are the exact same name. So if you want to make sure, you should just copy it from your .env and then paste it. And then we're going to say API version. If you're using TypeScript, all you have to do is click Control Space, and this is the only one it can be. So I don't even understand why they ask you that. And then we're going to say TypeScript true. So now we have Stripe in our project. So we can come over here to actions, and now we can say const. We're going to destructure the URL from await Stripe. We're going to import this from libstripe dot checkout dot sessions create, and then inside of here we can just accept all of this and see if this is what we want. So for this cancel URL, I'm just going to set this to home. So we got to come in here, next public URL. Let's come into our .env.local and we're going to add this. And this is going to be HTTP localhost 3000. We have to make sure that we set this to our production domain once we go live with this. And then our success URL, we're just going to do the same thing. And then we can see this is in subscription mode. We have payment method types. We're only going to accept card, and then line items. These are the things that the person is buying. So we're going to have a quantity of 1, and then we have the price, which is going to be the subscription ID, which we're going to set up right now. We can come back over here to Stripe, make this a little bit larger. We're going to click in this search bar, and then we're going to say product, and we're going to create a product. And then we'll just call this sub. And then for this price, we'll just say $10, reoccurring monthly. And then we're going to save this product. And so now we have this product right here, and we have the product ID right here. So we're going to copy this, come over here. And for this price, we're just going to hard code this in. And so now what we're going to do is return this URL. So we have this subscribe action set up. Also, what we're going to need to do is create some metadata, and this is going to take the user ID, which we're going to have to pass in. So right here, we'll say user ID, and then we'll add some props right here. Say type props equals user ID is a string. And then we got to add a comma right here. And so now if we come back to the subscribe button, what we're going to do is use transition, and then we're going to call this subscribe. We're going to import use transition, and we're not going to use any toast. And so right here, this on click, we're going to pass this in right here. And then this subscribe action, it's going to expect a user ID. And so what we're going to do, this subscribe button right here, we're going to get the user ID. We're going to add some props right here. We'll say type props equals, we'll say user ID of type string. We also need to import this subscribe action. And then this thing's going to give us a URL, which is not destructured. It's just simply a URL. And then what we're going to do is we need to say const router equals use router from next navigation. Make sure it's next navigation and not next router. And then we're going to say router.push. And then we'll say if there's a URL, do this. Otherwise, we'll say console.error. That looks pretty good. And then also from this use transition, we get this is pending. So we can say disabled equals is pending so that you can't click on this button while this is loading. And so now if we come over here to the home page, we can pass in this subscribe button, and this expects a user ID, which is going to be equal to user.id. So also what we need to do on the subscribe button is come to the top and we need to say use client, and then you can also remove the React that was right here. And so now let's see if this works. We come over here and we click on subscribe. It says you did not provide an API key. Okay, so a couple of things need to be changed. This right here, this product ID actually needs to be this price ID. So if we're here looking at this, click on this, and then right up here is the price ID. And so paste that in. And then also right here, for some reason this isn't working. We'll come back to this in a second, but for now, we're just going to take this Stripe secret key and we're going to hard code this in. We're actually going to go like this, const key equals, and we're going to paste that in, and then we're going to call this key. And so now we refresh this, we click subscribe, and now it takes us to this Stripe page, subscribe to sub. And so if we fill all this out, it's going to do a fake charge, but nothing's going to happen. That is what the webhook is for. So first, we're just going to go through this to make sure this is working. So we're going to do the email, and then for the card information, you're supposed to do 424242s the whole way through, and then just do whatever. None of this matters. And then I would uncheck this, and then I would click subscribe, and then we get this check. So now if we come over here to Stripe and we go to transactions, we can see that this transaction has occurred. So now what we have to do is set up our webhook. So if we come over here to app, we'll say create a new file, and we're going to say API/Stripe/route.ts. All right, so in this route file, we're going to add a post route. And so we're going to say export async function post, and this is going to expect a request, which is of next request. So we import this. So basically all of this code comes from Stripe. This is just how they set it up. And then what we write is right here. So we say if event.type equals checkout session completed and the payment status is paid, then we're going to do something. So we'll just right now, we'll log payment was successful. And then this revalidate path, what this does is it refreshes the app. So we're going to have the user sitting there. And what this function is going to do is it's going to update the user on the database to say that they're subscribed, but the user that's sitting in the client is not updated. So this revalidate path is going to cause the whole app to refresh so that it can now have the latest user information. So now if we come back to this, we click subscribe and then come over here, we're going to see some stuff going on right here. So we can see all this. Okay, we have an error of some kind. So I'm guessing the error is with this. For some reason, this isn't working. We're just going to get this value and we're going to hard code this in. So we're going to come back over here and we're going to paste this in. And so now let's try this again. All right, so we click subscribe, we come over here, and we can see that it now worked correctly. And remember, we got this from PNPM Stripe, which is this script that we wrote right here. So if nothing is happening in your terminal, it's because you haven't activated this. All right, so now that we know this is working correctly, we can update our user. So I'm using Drizzle ORM. All the code is here. If you want to know how to set that up, I got some videos on that. So we're going to say await DB, import that, and we're going to say update. We're going to put users, and then we're going to say set, and we're going to say is subscribed to true. And then right here, we're going to say where, we're going to say EQ, import that. And then we're going to say users.id, user ID. And so Now we need this user ID. And so we can get that right here. We can say const metadata equals event.data.object.metadata. And then const user ID is going to equal metadata.user ID. And so what we can do is we can say if metadata, then run this code. There's pretty much always going to be the metadata because right here we have passed in the metadata, which is the user ID. So now let's test this again. So if we come over here to the Stripe database, we see is subscribed is equal to false. So we're going to subscribe. We're going to fill all this out. We're going to click subscribe. And then we're going to see our terminal is going to do a bunch of stuff. We're getting a bunch of green 200s. That's a good sign. So now if we come over here to this Supabase, we can now see is subscribed equals true. And so now inside of our app, everywhere we say get user, we can say user dot is subscribed, and then this is going to show this value. So now everywhere throughout our app, we can say if they're subscribed, show this. If they're not, show that. So there it is. You learned something? Subscribe. You want to learn some more? Watch this video right here. See you next time.